Okay, so in this video I'm just going to be talking about a certain sort of Trinitarian who's become famous recently in the last year or so. And the way he became famous is because he was going against someone called Sheikh Uthman. And so what happened is at first he used to speak to that Sheikh Uthman, I think in a place called Balboa Park. But then once he did those few videos, he then got famous. And so he got famous enough to bootstrap a channel to get a few subscribers. And now he's got quite a lot of subscribers. And then what he decided to do is that, well, since he's got so many subscribers, why doesn't he try and do what Trinitarians seem to like to do? And that's just to feed off the sheep, innit? Might as well, just shear some sheep and get that wool. Like I can't remember where it's in the Bible when it says about the pastors, they feed off off the flock. So what I'm just going to show you is that he's got his channel here. And so because he's become a bit famous after the battle with the Sheikh, he decided that, to set up this Patreon and then beg a load of people continuously for some money. But here's the thing that got to me with it is that when you go to the site, he's got the membership levels and his lowest tier is $10. So now, of course, some people might think that's not much, but believe me, the way prices are going up and money is devaluing, these seemingly small amounts of money can add up as time goes by. And his suggested one is $20. And the thing about it is that when you look at what he's offering, it's not really anything much. So most you get is exclusive content and live event VIP, whatever that means, fan requests, whatever that means. So even when you go up to $100 a month, it's like you're not really getting too much more than the others. But when it comes down to it, obviously God gives his stuff for free. So he made sure Jesus gave his stuff for free as well. And of course Jesus even made sure that it was the thief Judas who had the money. So I think that was like a classic from Jesus there, showing you that he doesn't care if the thief has the money bag, because obviously he knew he was a thief. And with this guy being a Trinitarian, that's one of the things, because they have the power in the world at the moment, it seems like they're a bit quick to try and get their sort of chunk of money as well. And so the next one I wanted to show was this one called Vocab Malone. So he's another Trinitarian, and he at least did start off with $1 a month, but for the $1, $3, and $5, they're the same where you don't really get anything. So he suggests $10 as well. So at least he's suggesting, and well, you get a sticker, whatever that is. And his suggested one's actually $10, and he's been around a lot longer than the God Logic. But it's interesting that the newcomer wants you to give $20 as the suggested one. So even someone who's been around a while knows that you don't really try to shear the sheep too quickly or too much. Let them keep some of their wool. But even when we see with Vocab, see him being a Trinitarian, he obviously knows about getting the big cash in as well. So he wants a lump sum if he can. And so as we see, both of them being Trinitarians, they like the old lump sum. This is 100, and his one which everyone can get is 75. So that's still a reasonable amount. So what I want to do is compare them with non-Trinitarians. So this Pastor Dowell, he's a sort of Christian Israelite guy, and he's sort of semi-Pentecostal, but he doesn't believe in the Trinity, as far as I know. I don't think he does. He shouldn't do anyway, if he's got any sense. Now with him, he's got $1 is his starting one, which is good, but his suggested one is $5. So that's even less than Vocab, the Trinitarian, who says 10, but then the newcomer Trinitarian wants 20. So you can tell that these newcomers, they don't really understand about how finance works. Like what you want is you want a lot of people paying you less. That's what you really want. You don't want to jump in and want the big money straight away. But he's made the mistake of thinking that you need to get the big money because he knows that there's a lot of Christians, well, faker Christians who are flush, and especially if they believe in the Trinity, they seem to be able to get a lot of money. So he seems to think all these Trinitarians who've been blessed with cash, he wants a cut of it. And it seems that this is the sort of thing that they tend this is the way they tend to be when you compare him with Vocab. But with Pastor Dowell, he says $5. And if we go up, we can see that his top one is $100. So that's similar to the God Logic. But the thing is, this guy's been around a lot longer, and he is suggesting a lower amount, or quite a bit lower than the newcomer. And so then the last one I wanted to show, which, even though with GOCC, I've got videos against some of what they teach, one thing I have to say is that they have a lot more sense when it comes to how to deal with the congregation members. Because what they've done is they've said it's $5 a month for everyone, and when you pay the $5, you just get everything they put out. It's simple as that. And notice he's got more patrons as well, because they've been around a lot longer as well. But the fact that even though he's got that many patrons, they could have tried to fleece them, but they understand that when you try to do that, people notice that. And especially with them being non-Trinitarians, obviously they don't seem to have that Trinitarian spirit of wanting to shear the sheep and just get that fleece off them. So that's one thing I have to say about GOCC, which is better than the Trinitarians for sure. And that is that they, and even the Pentecostal guys, because that's what this guy is, so they, have just one level, so everyone who joins pays the same amount, and, they all get the same thing, which is what you'd expect. Because even though this is closer to what Jesus would be doing, because obviously Jesus would say you don't have to pay anything and you get lots of stuff. But at least this shows that these Hebrew Israelites, even though people might say bad things about them, one thing it shows is that because they don't have that Trinitarian spirit in them, it actually makes them a lot more, sort of kinder towards their sheep as well.